Hi, I'm Trish Lapidus. I want to talk a little bit today about help, where we can turn for help when we have family problems or personal problems. Once upon a time, people knew where to turn for help. It may not have been the very best help, but it was the only help anybody knew about. You went to the midwives or the tribal elders, and you even turned to your mother, your sisters, or your brother and your father, and however things had been solved in the past was good enough for the present, and that went on for many centuries. We live in a time where that doesn't work anymore. More recently, up until about 100 years ago, people turned very easily to their religion. Most people were associated with a church or a synagogue or some kind of religion, and they felt their religious leaders had some wisdom, or they felt that there was wisdom to be found in the Bible that they used. And these things were a solace to them. And one thing that can be said about that is that at least it kept them connected with spirit, with the idea of spirit, with the sense that there was more to life than just the flesh. And that was very, very important. Since that time, religions have been invalidated, partly because they didn't really come through with quite the help they promised. At least many people would say that they didn't. Also because religions do tend to get co-opted by vested interests, which is to say that somebody who has an agenda other than helping us folks gets in there and uses the religion to try to maybe placate us or keep us in our place, or in some way make us into good slaves but not good free people. So religion unfortunately got a bit of a bad rap when it came to help. That doesn't mean that spirit and the religious impulse couldn't be helpful to us. It just means that it had a failure along the way that probably wasn't intrinsic to the religion itself. In my novel, Gideon's River, we have a young mother who's looking for help. She wants to know how to help her unhappy son, and she doesn't find answers easily. She goes to her minister, and the interesting thing in that is that her minister says flat out, I don't know. I don't know how to help you with your son. I may have studied religion, but I didn't find out answers to what you're dealing with, which was at least an honest response, but it wasn't very helpful. So the minister doesn't exactly give up, though. She does keep putting resources in Rosalie's direction, and ultimately Rosalie is able to put together some help for her son. Meanwhile, the minister decides that she has to almost reinvent the church, the religion, because she has noticed that it didn't always help people a lot. So she has brought theater into the church, and there's a great deal of controversy in the book about whether that's helpful or not. It was fun to write, and in the process of writing, the church herself became a character in the novel.